so this is the proposal for my comic strip. Right. So my idea was to create a comic strip which gives across a message to the audience. I want my comic to appeal to children, so I think the message which I want to give across would be beneficial for them, as it explains that it's good to be different. I aim for my comic to be between 6 and 10 frames, as this would be enough to create a short story but also give an important message and ensure that my audience isn't losing interest. Okay, so target audience, primary research. I carried out 2 different questionnaires, and I gave one to children, which is this one on the left, and one to adults, which is the one over there on the right. From the graphs, you can tell that more children do read comics, because over here in the right-hand graph, 4 out of the 10 people I asked in the adult group have never read a comic. So because of this research, I can see that the younger age group will be more likely to read a comic. This might be because they're mostly cartoon and it relates to the kind of programs they watch on TV. But they seem to not appeal as much to the older audiences, which is why I've made my target audience at 5 to 10-year-olds. Oh no. I've also carried out secondary research into audiences. This is a pie chart which I found on the internet, and it shows the age ranges of different comic book fans who have stated that they are so on Facebook. From the chart we can see that the largest section is 18 to 21-year-olds, followed by 22 to 25-year-olds, and the third highest is under 17-year-olds. So all of these larger groups are all quite young audiences, so like young adults or going down to children. They're significantly larger numbers than the other age ranges, which suggests that comic books are more of a now generation thing rather than for those who are in the older generation. My age range would be in the under 17 section. From the pie chart I can see that a large amount of those who are fans of comic books would be within my age range. So my audience, because my age range is between 5 and 10, I need to ensure that the storyline would be interesting and appropriate for them, while still giving across the moral message which they would understand and hopefully apply to their situations. After creating mind maps on different ideas, I decided to use the story of 4 animals. The fact that I've used animals is quite good, as it's something that the children are familiar with, and by them being cartoons they'll hopefully be more engaged and form relationships with them. The plot of my story is being that 3 of the animals which can jump, which leaves the elephant who cannot. But one day they cannot jump high enough to reach an apple, but the elephant is able to reach it with his trunk. This is something which the other 3 don't have, which gives across the message, it's good that everyone's different. So these are the characters that will be used in my comic. They're all quite bright and just one solid colour, which I think helps not make the comic seem so frantic, but also helps keep the audience engaged in looking at the characters. They're all cartoon, which would appeal to the 5 to 10-year-olds, as it's something that they're familiar with seeing on all different types of media. My target audience should be able to identify the types of animals they are, and therefore in everyday life when they see similar animals, it will make them refer back to the comic that they've read and therefore remember the moral message throughout different stages of their life. So narrative structure of my comic. My comic follows a plot diagram. Even though it's very short, it has all the different stages which lead up to a climax and then go back down until all the loose ends are tied up in the resolution. So there's an exposition, which is the introduction to the story. So this will be when I introduce all my characters in the first frame, all playing in a lake. Next there's a conflict. So this is a problem which disrupts the plot. So in my story, this is the fact that the main character cannot jump, whereas our animals can. Next, there's a rising action, where all of the events which lead up, which is all of the events which lead up to the eventual climax. This would be in my comic where the three animals cannot jump high enough to reach the apple. The climax is then when the elephant can reach the apple with his trunk, so it's when the protagonist basically does something extraordinary. Falling action, this is when everything that happens due to the climax. In my comic, this is when the mood changes and now the elephant is happy that he's different. The resolution then ties up all the loose ends and decides whether the ending is positive or negative. So the ending to mine would be positive. And then obviously say the moral message at the end. Whilst creating my comic, I've also looked into the production process. So before any of the other steps are done, all the different ideas are brainstormed and one that's a favourite is chosen. This idea is then given to the writer, who can write a plot for the story. So add more detail, add what the characters would look like, and things like that. This is then given to the penciler, who draws all the settings and the characters in pencil, which allows for different changes to be made if there's only slight changes amongst different frames. This work's then given to the inker, who goes over the penciler's lines to add, to make it easier to scan on a scanner, so when it goes onto the computers, the machines can pick up the ink lines better than the pencil lines. It also allows shading to be shown and lightness and darkness. The inker's work is then given to the colourist, who colours in all the different images given to them. So this adds to the 3D effect and helps create the final characters. All of the drawing work is then given to the letterer, who adds speech bubbles and captions and titles and things like that. After the letterer's done all their writing, it's given to the editor, who goes through all the processes and ensures that no mistakes have been made and that everyone's happy, basically. And then the work's given to printing, who prints off as many copies as there's required. And they also have to check that they're all the same, so they're not giving misprints to any distributors. Marketing is then undergone, so posters can be created to just get the word out about the comic, which then, when they are being sold, people are more likely to recognise it and want to buy it. And the final step is distribution. This is when all the papers are given to companies to sell, and the audience start to buy them. So when creating my comic, I've ensured that I've not copyrighted anyone else's work, because all my characters and scenery has all been drawn by me, so it's not anyone else's, so it wouldn't be copyrighted. Okay, and finally, my budget for my comic. Covers all the things that I think I would need in order to make it. So I've got paper, pencils, Photoshop, a computer and a scanner. The total of all of these products is £349.79, but the budget I will allow is £450, which is over £100 more, but I believe this is good as it allows for my items to go slightly over, or if I need to pay for anything else all of a sudden, I've got the money to do it.